Wow, last night was unbelievably powerful. I just wanted to quickly share what happened, so maybe it'll benefit you to know about the experience that I had, and what that meant to me. So lately, the last couple of weeks, I've been feeling incredibly powerful, excited for life in ways that I've not felt for a while, really strong in my recovery and my desire and capability not to use. Now, what happened yesterday, we went to, I was going to a meeting, a district meeting for Cocaine Anonymous, and that meeting was here, not too far away from the treatment centre that I've been in Y in Kent, and the person who picked me up said to me that they were thinking of going to a meeting in a particular town 52 miles away from here, 52 miles away, that happens to be my hometown, and he didn't know this at the time. So obviously I'm like, yeah, that'll be great. It'd be good to go to a meeting in what will be my hometown if and when I return there, and meet some people from there. So I've got some contacts in recovery and Cocaine Anonymous for when I get back. Now, when we arrived there into this town, the meeting was located in between a pub that I used to drink in and a road that I used to go from that pub to pick up in. The meeting's here, pub here, where I used to pick up was there. So I'm standing outside before the meeting began. I'm having a look at the pub, I'm having a look at that street, and I'm thinking, yes, I'm feeling super proud, you know, like I've got this. Whilst I'm trying not to be complacent, I'm feeling really strong. I'm thinking, I used to be in there, and I'd make a call to so-and-so, and I'd go up over there and pick up. But when I got into the meeting, I had a very different experience. As the meeting progressed, obviously people are sharing different stories, and this is how bloody crazy we are, that the stories people are sharing are stories of disaster from drugs, stories of falling off the wagon and the pain that came with it, the guilt that came with it, the struggle that came with it to get back onto the wagon. And yet, as this meeting progressed, all that happened is that I felt a stronger and stronger and stronger vivid urge or desire to use cocaine. I could smell it, I could picture it, I did start to make plans as to how perhaps I could go and get some in the coming days. So all of this was coming on top of me, and boy, it came on top of me. When I said I've been trying not to be complacent, I have very much tried to do that, but my memories or thoughts as to what it could be like when opportunity presents itself, when memories and seeing things that trigger memories are presented to me, it was so much more powerful than what I was remembering it as. And I thought about talking to somebody. I thought about reaching out at the end of the meeting and explaining this urge that I had. And the crazy part of my brain was telling me, yeah, but they're only going to tell you what you already know, and you know that. But here's a way that you could go and do it, and here's a way that you can build from that. It's not going to be too much of a problem, you can go and do it. You've still got the protection of the treatment program that you're in, so you can make sure it's only a one-off, etc., etc. Boom, 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 and that kind of talking me out in a rational way as to why it wasn't really worth speaking to anyone else. But the truth is, that will be the addict in my mind stopping me from talking to somebody else, because it knows that doing that could take the power out of the urge, so it would lose its control. So at the end of the meeting, I spoke to somebody who I'd never met before, and I explained to them this urge that I'd had, and just from talking to them for 1 or 2 minutes, I'd say the power of this urge went from there to here, dropped by, say, 45%. I then got back in the car with the people that I'd travelled with and spoke through it with them, and suddenly it's down here, 80% of the power of that urge had been taken out of it, and the remaining 20% I just dealt with over the coming hours. it was all about reaching out. It was all about reaching out. So the massive value and lesson that I got from that was a reminder of truly how difficult, and an actual experience of how difficult it's going to be, and the urges that are going to come on top of me when I do go back to those environments, have those memories, see people, places, things that can trigger urges of that nature. It's reminded me how strong that's going to be. It's reminded me how my mind will try and trick me into not doing what I know what I need to do to stay on top of it and to overcome it. And it's reminded me of the importance of reaching out, because as soon as I'd reached out to the initial person and then to my friends in the car, who I've come to know obviously through Cocaine Anonymous, as soon as I did that, the power was taken out of it. And when I say it was down to 20%, there was still this kind of lasting desire in my stomach for it, but the rationale and logic was able to rise above that. So it literally solved the problem there and then. So I just wanted to share that, to share that experience that I've gone through, where going there with triggers and memories and seeing things created that overwhelming urge, but it wasn't overwhelming because I did what I needed to do. I reached out, I spoke to people about it, and the minute I did, enough of the sting, enough of the power of that urge was taken out of it to put me back on track and remove that desire. So yeah, powerful stuff, powerful stuff. Reach out, and I'll leave you with one thought. That meeting was 52 miles away. 52 miles away. If you think of a circle of 52-mile radius, how many meetings were going on that same evening? Probably at that same time or thereabouts. Scores, I'm sure. Scores of meetings, maybe even 40, 50, 60 meetings taking place in that area. But someone or something coordinated it so that the person who was driving that car that I happened to be in that day decided to go to my hometown for a meeting, so that I could have all of this experience. We could have gone anywhere else and I wouldn't have got this experience, but I got that experience, the lesson, the reminder, because they went there. So I feel like the universe aligned it so that would happen for me, and just wanted to leave you with that thought to ponder. Okay, peace.